Once you've opened up Roblox Studio, open up a new base plate. It's in the new folder. Okay, once you're in, you'll see this. What you have to do firstly is look at the top of your screen. You see this view tab, open it and navigate to the left side. Over here you have your Explorer and properties. You have to open them both. So left click and left click. That will open two of these windows on the screen. They won't necessarily be on the right side of the screen. This is just how I have them configured. You can move them around, maybe on the left side, it's up to you. But for me, I usually have it like that. Explorer on top and properties on the bottom. So look at the top of the screen again and navigate to home. From here, move a bit down and left click on toolbox. Move to the left of the screen and navigate to your inventory. Search for the CAI customs and left click. That will insert the kit into your base plate. So just exit that tab and use your WASD keys to move, same thing as in a normal game. So this is the kit. You can see that you have selected it if you see the blue box around it. So once you have selected it, hold Ctrl and press U. That will ungroup everything so you can see all the individual attachments and the vests and the helmets. Over here, these are two additional examples I've made up just for your reference. It's up to you if you wanna, edit them a bit or just slap them in into your own set. It's up to you. Over here is the end product. This is what you'll end up with if you follow the steps correctly. So if you look at the Explorer, you see that what you have selected is the locker. This is one grouping, and if you click on the arrow on the left, this will open this grouping. And under this locker grouping, you have another 3 additional groupings. Your locker, which is the body of the locker, and your uniform giver is the one behind. This gives you your uniform. This is the part that you click in-game to get the clothing. And your setup, this one is your armor setup. This red part is the one you touch in-game to get your armor. So right now we're gonna expand the armor setup grouping. So select the setup and press the arrow. Over here you have 3 additional groupings: your chest grouping, helmet grouping, and your waist grouping. This one is your belt. It's the same thing. Okay, we're gonna focus on the chest. So open the chest grouping and you'll see all these parts. These are the attachments that are currently on your vest and in the grouping. So this part is the teddy bear's body. Okay, so for example, if I don't like the teddy bear and I want to delete it, what I'll do is left click on the body of the teddy bear in the Explorer and then press delete, and this removes the body. So if I want to remove the legs and the eyes, left click on the legs. I can hold Ctrl and left click again, Ctrl left click, and that way I can select more than one part and then press delete. So now the teddy bear is gone. Let's say I want to add in a few a few pistol pouches on the top. So I'll move over here, look for which one I like. Maybe I want this black one. I'll left click it and hold. With it I can drag it around the workspace. The workspace is the physical place, the 3D area. So what I'll do is press Ctrl 4. That opens up the rotate tool, and I can look at the top of my screen and go to model, and a bit down there you can see your rotate. You can put in the angle that you want to rotate your part. So right now it's 0 degrees, so that you can do it very freely. Let's say I want to rotate it 90 degrees exact. I can just do 45 or 90. So now that it's at 45, I can only use, when I rotate it, it's only gonna snap to 45 degrees. So I'll left click and hold it again to drag it around. Then I can drag it up onto my vest and press Ctrl 2 for the move tool. Then I can more precisely move it in onto my vest. So now it's on my vest, but it's not in the same grouping. What I have to do is left click on the part and press Ctrl X, and then that cuts the part out. And then you can select your chest grouping, this one, and then hold Ctrl, Shift, and V. What it does is it pastes the part inside the same grouping. So once you have it in the same grouping, you can just bring it down, Ctrl 2 for the move key again, and make it, just put it on your vest somewhere. I'm gonna rotate it around, because why not? Okay, move it down a bit, Ctrl 2. Okay, with that, we have successfully placed an attachment on the vest. Okay, let's say you don't like the vest, you want to change to another vest. Maybe you want to use this vest. So what you have to do is same thing, go into your chest grouping and make sure you select your middle part, scroll down in properties, look for transparency and set the transparency to 0 so you can see what the vest looks like on a player. So if you want to change the vest, just go ahead and delete everything else. It's up to you. You just hold left click and drag it down and then delete, and it's gone. Make sure you don't delete the middle part, by the way. And then I'll delete the pistol, the tourniquet, and the back. So now what I'm left with is the middle. So I'll same thing, select the chest select the vest I wanna put on, and Ctrl X, select the locker, and then chest grouping, and Ctrl Shift V. Now it's in the same grouping as the chest grouping. So Ctrl 2 for the movement key. I'm gonna move it up and position it so that it fits with no parts clipping through the body. Oh, this part is a bit clipping through. Move it up a little bit. Okay, should be okay now. So if you just want the vest alone, okay, let's say I want to add in a bag. So hold left click and drag it, and then Ctrl X, cut. Select the chest grouping, Ctrl Shift V. Now it's in the same group. You can Ctrl 2 movement key, drag it in and a bit up, out a bit. Ctrl 4 to rotate. Ctrl 2 movement key, and I'll move it down there. So I have this on the vest and it's attached. So I want to test out if this works. I'm gonna go to the top of my screen, navigate to home, look over here, press the arrow under the play and press play here. Okay, I'm in now. So just go ahead and walk in. What it should do is to give you the vest. You see this extra gray thing on your chest? I forgot to make the middle transparent. You have to remember to make the middle part transparent after you have finished configuring your armor. Okay. So it's the same thing for the helmet and the waist as well, and the belt. You just open the helmet or the waist grouping and you can see all the attachments inside. You can move, rotate, delete, or add in any different attachments that you want. Just make it semi-realistic. You can add in any kind of patches, it's up to you. Okay, now we have the uniform giver. So it's really simple. Just go to the Roblox page. You can look for any clothing and copy and paste the link inside here, inside the coat hanger grouping. either under the shirt or the pants, whichever fits. So if you have the shirt Roblox ID from Google or any other search engine, just copy and paste it inside here and then press enter. And the shirt should change to whichever uniform or clothing that you put inside. Same thing for the pants. Just like this, paste your pant link, the Roblox link, and then press enter. That's for your uniform. Okay, once you have finished configuring your vest, you can go over here and you'll see these alphabets. You can use these to make your Roblox username. So mine is Vicris. I'll pull out the V, Y, C, R, and Z. It's a little bit tilted, but it's okay. So what you can do is drag and select all of them, and then go to your properties, scroll down, look in your position, just type in say 100, 100, 100, press enter, and then press F. This will bring you to your parts because you move them into another place in the workspace. So just left click and drag them back to your and press F to snap back to your selected parts. Bring them back to your locker, and you can see that they are now vertically aligned. So I'll just select and Ctrl 2 movement key, I'll move them out, and then I'll reposition them. V, Y, C, R, Z. Okay, once you have them down, you can left click drag, select them all, Ctrl G to group them, and you can bring them to the top of your locker. So just rotate 90, then Ctrl 2 for movement key and move it in. Just try your best to centralize it. It doesn't have to be perfect. So like that, and it's done. Okay, you still have to put it into the same grouping as the locker, so select it, Ctrl X, cut, select the locker grouping, go into your locker grouping, the body, and then Ctrl Shift V. You have to bring it down a bit. Okay, now it's done. If you select your locker and you move it around, it should work. The whole thing should move together, and you can test whether the armor giver works by using your play here or the top. So once everything is good, you can select your locker in your Explorer, right click and go down to Save to Roblox. And then from here you can name it your username '*s and then setup. In the description just type anything, and then you don't have to edit anything else, but you have to allow copying. Then once that's green, you can press submit and wait for it to load. Once it's finished loading, you can click on this link it gives you, and it'll bring you to the Roblox webpage for your model. And just select the link, copy it and send it to me in the Discord DMs. That is all.